So I think we can start with a reading of the story which I have today. I would just like to introduce it to you for a little bit. It's a Japanese story about a boy.
Okay.
Sorry, somebody's saying something. Okay. So it's a Japanese story about how, again, as we have discussed right now about human resilience, about what happens in the face of a natural disaster, about why people don't want to move. So as we know that Japan is very prone to getting tsunamis. So this story is just about that. It talks about local indigenous game, a Japanese game. So hopefully, once we read the chapter, we'll get more. Read the script, we'll get more curious about that. So the title of the story is Yuuki and the Tsunami. We have 11 characters in the story. Okay, so we are beginning with the script now. Karaoke.
Okay. Yuki's grandfather was the head of the village, the wealthiest, wisest, and most respected man around. If there was a problem in the village, everyone knew who to see.
Your goats keep coming into my field and eating my rice.
Oh, so it's my fault that your fence is torn?
My fence is torn because your goats ate it.
So don't make your fence out of grass.
Friends, please calm down. Sit. Let's discuss this over tea.
So I'll replace the fence with bamboo.
And I'll give you goat cheese every week for a year.
And they all shook hands. Then grandfather called out to Yuki.
So, you overheard your little drama. Tell me, what did you learn?
Don't let your goats eat a hole. Don't let your goats eat a hole in your neighbor's fence.
Haha, yes. Generally, not a good idea. Yuki, listen to me. I've been thinking it's time to tell you something important. The truth is, I am old. I will not be around forever.
Grandfather, no. Don't say that.
Push. Before you know it, you and your parents will be the ones to cultivate the family's rice crop. You remember what I told you?
If you take good care of the rice crops will take good care of you.
Excellent. Anything else?
Oh, I know. Fixing right takes thinking right.
Yep. It all starts with thinking. Thinking ahead. Well, and then there are times when it's enough with all this thinking. Like now, it's playtime. How about some camera?
Sure.
Sadly, Yuki's grandfather passed away not long ago. By then, Yuki was 10 years old. It was time for the annual harvest celebration.
Hey, it's great everyone bought lots of paper lanterns. We don't have anywhere near enough this year.
What are we waiting for? Let's get those decorations up.
Everyone started to hang decorations. Yuki was on the mountaintop playing, pretending to be different animals.
I'm a super strong, giant, wild pig. Going after a mountain lion. Roar! No, I'm a mountain lion going after a giant, wild pig. Growl.
As Yuki growls, a loud, long ramble is heard.
Wow, I'm pretty good. No, That wasn't me.
Meanwhile, down below.
Everyone okay?
Just a small earthquake.
Not enough to do any damage.
All right then, let's go back to work. There's still a lot to do.
That had to be an earthquake. But what a squishy feeling to it. Everything looks good down there. I guess all's fine. The sea, though, looks so dark. And why is it pulling away so fast from the shore? Wait a minute. Didn't grandfather tell me something about that?
Yuki recalls.
Remember what I told you about when the sea turns dark and rolls back very fast?
What was that again?
It's my own grandfather had told me. It may only happen once every 100 years when there's an earthquake and then the sea pulls back far from the shore. It can mean only one thing. A tsunami is coming.
A tsunami. The huge wave that will cover everyone and everything. I must warn them all.
Hey, Yuki, come look at the beach. It's huge. I've never seen so many shells.
Look how far we can run around on the beach. This is awesome. Some of this I have never seen before. Follow me.
No. We all have to get out of here. A tsunami is coming. There isn't much time. Everyone has to clear out.
Ha! Good one, Yuki. Good one.
Serious. A giant wave is coming any minute.
You're talking about that blue sky out there? Yeah, that's not happening.
Not right this second, but soon.
Whatever.
The children continue to play. Yuki recalls.
Yuki, just remember what fixing right takes.
Thinking right. But what does that have to do with... Wait a minute.
Yuki enters and runs over to the rice fields. He holds a torch. Yuki touches one tuft of rice, then another, and then another.
What is Yuki doing with that torch? Man, you better be careful.
I better go tell them.
Yuki runs up to the villagers.
Everyone, the rice fields are on fire.
Yuki, don't go around saying such a thing.
People could believe it and panic.
But they really are.
Hey, it does smell like something's burning.
Now that I mention it,
Look, I see smoke.
oh no, the rice crop.
All looked over the rice fields in shock.
Where are the children?
At the beach, last I saw them.
Let's go warn them.
Kids, the rice fields are on fire.
This can spread fast. All of you up to the mountain top, quick.
They all started climbing to reach the mountaintop. On top, they stood there looking at the rice fields.
Look at our rice fields. The rice crop is ruined.
That fire came so fast. That could have been us down there.
It was Yuki who warned us about the fire.
Yuki, is that true?
Well,
But Yuki is the one who started the fire.
What?
I saw him. Yuki's been acting wild. First, he was running around the beach talking about some crazy big wave.
We were just playing on the beach and he won't let us alone.
Yuki, you started the fire? Could that be true?
well,
Why on earth would you do such a thing?
it was only because
All the crops are gone.
By now, our homes could have caught fire too.
Yuki, have you lost your mind?
Look, everyone, look at the size of that wave.
That's not just a wave. It's a, you know, what do you call it?
It's a tsunami. It's going to hit the whole village.
What's left of it?
The loud sound of the waves crashing gets heard. Everyone pulls back and huddles together in fear.
Sea covered our entire village. I can't even see our rooftops.
They would have been drowned.
But we're safe up here.
Yuki, what's going on?
I'm sorry I burned the fields.
Som, you saved us. You saved the whole village. That's why you set the fire on the fields, right? To get everyone around to safety.
Well, I had to.
3 cheers for Yuki. 3 cheers for the boy who saved our lives.
Hooray!
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 Yuki, that was very smart. What did you do? How did you think of that?
I'm not sure. Fixing starts thinking right.
Sounds familiar.
Else your grandfather would say if he was here right now?
He'd probably say, why is everyone standing around? Let's find something to celebrate.
And that is the legend of how one boy in Japan years ago saved the lives of 400 people from a tsunami. True story. And now it's stay in Japan. Sayonara.
Thank you all.
Yes, it was.
Ah,
Nice.
So everybody read so nicely. It was
yeah.
amazing.
True. It was a very beautiful story, actually, that really
We
made us.
enjoyed a lot.
No, but everyone, do we think that children can do this? Do we think that children can make so much difference in the society?
Anyone can be a leader, even a young child. But the point is that we grown-ups usually tell younger ones to stop doing what they're doing, and they depend on us, and they do not act instantaneously and instantly. And so if we do not prohibit them from doing stuff, they will be leaders themselves. That's what I mean. Okay, there was a story here, like a few years ago, there was a fire in Greece, and there was a 4-year-old boy and a little baby, like a 2-year-old boy, and they were in the house alone for some reason. The house caught fire, and the 4-year-old one just grabbed the other one, and they jumped from the first floor balcony, and they were saved. Okay, and when they asked them, why did you jump? How did you? What did you do this to save your lives? And they said, because mom was not here to tell us not to jump. So it actually takes some courage that younger children do have, and we should let them be the heroes of the day. That's what I mean. Okay, we adults keep students and like children back. We should try to change that more, give them more chances to do stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It's been ages after ages that adults don't believe in childs, that they can be true about things. And I think the adults sometimes believe that children can, build nations in a different way. Actually, children, build nations, but we don't actually understand. It's totally a different thing. It's, beyond our understanding. But I think as adults, we have responsibilities to understand the thing that children they have the power to make changes and in the society too. That's it.
In time past, children are always considered not to have like knowledge. They are always considered to always subject themselves to what adults are, how they say. But now it is being revealed that when we allow children, they are able to do great things. And even now, all the innovations that are coming in the world, majority is coming from children. They are the people that are coming with all the innovations of the world and the breakthroughs of the world. So it is like a changing world. And now we need to give children the attention. We need to listen to them. We need to allow them to explore. When we give them the freedom to explore, then they become very innovative. Then they can save our society.
So, uh, have we heard of this before? Like, what is this? Do you get curious about it as to what can this be? What is Kemari? What do you think it can be?
I'm assuming
Okay.
it is a game with pebbles that they throw.
I've just noticed in my travels when I lived near the beach,
Okay,
the kids
so
all came out onto the beach and they played either football or soccer type of things. And the other thing was taking the ball and trying to hit it up in the air and see if they could keep it up and hit it with their heads or their elbows or their
oh
whatever.
my God,
So,
this is like there. You could be hosting that video. You could be hosting that video. It's just there. I think that's what's beautiful about this world is like if there is a story about the beach and there is a story about a sport, then see you probably no haven't seen this happening in Japan, but there is something so common, something so universal about different cities, about gods, about sports. You come down to it, they might be very indigenous sports, but we realize that they are all have got their similarities. So I'm just going to share this one small video, though I think Tracy has said it all already, but we'll probably get a little more visuals about it. It's called Kimari, or football. And back in feudal times, the nobility were all expected to know how to play.
can you imagine trying to play something in all of those robes and everything?
Not until they get started that I realize they're playing hacky sack. Kimari has neither winners nor losers. It's just friendly camaraderie. But to me, the most surprising thing is this. In a land where teamwork is everything, Kimari is Japan's only homegrown team sport. So I hope you enjoyed that. But as I told you, Tracy has said it all. She was right, absolutely right. Tracy, now you can see they
But,
were actually playing with the sack kind of a thing, and they're just throwing it, keeping it in the air.
but what I liked was the
So you were
fact was
spot on.
the mentioning of teamwork, how important teamwork is.
Exactly. Yeah.
If I may, this might also like answer Divya's first question and how willing we are
Exactly what I was
again,
saying.
how willing are we to leave a place after there's a disaster or something? So the really important thing is probably to survive, to be happy with your family. Oh, this could also like explain the COVID area of the COVID period now. Like as far as we're okay and healthy and strong after this thing, we should all be smiling and celebrating and be happy no matter what. Okay, just let's just hope that everybody we love stays with us throughout this like hard period. Okay.
So I would say that the story is about celebration of life then. That life is the we can rebuild houses, we can make like houses are okay to replace. It's the people who are important, which the COVID is also teaching us right now. That people are important when you are in your houses, when you cannot step out, when you had to like especially during the initial months of lockdown. So that's what they nature keeps telling you that listen, you whatever you are going for, it's the people who are important, and that is what's giving you the cushion in life.
Yeah, so adding to what Tracy said earlier, you know, I think always in a group, you feel the spirit of togetherness, the spirit of like belonging, and you commune. You know, when there is like a disaster, or whether in joy or in pain and whatever, when people are there to commiserate, you know, at least you have some kind of courage to feel carried on. You know, you have some hope because you feel belong, you feel that there are people there for you, because you feel that you are not there alone, because you feel you are not isolated and all those kind of things. So I think the sense of belongingness is very much when it comes to like natural disaster. You know, at the end of the day, even though it is disaster, but they all come together, they leave all aside.
And I think that's why I really love the GMRT, because in essence, we are really kind of segregated. Well, we're segregated by distance, but even within our uh, own home here, we're very segregated. And yet I still have the ability to go into my GMRT family and find friends and be able to socialize and communicate and share and problem solve and do all those things that right now we are not able to do.
Feel so connected, even though the distance doesn't matter. You feel so connected, and you feel that, we are probably at some level, we are like-minded people. So you hope that we can grow into something one day and make a make this matter, make the ideology matter. I cannot say talk about the club because, but the ideology is so important and so beautiful that it should make a difference in the world, that these people have come together and they are thinking on these lines and they can make a difference. I think definitely, because somewhere the core, we are going to the core of knowledge, of education, of realization. So that core is very important, and if we can make other people realize that, okay, this is what is important, whatever else we are striving for is not so big. I think that would be really nice. Yeah, so I think Tracy, over to you now. You are muted. Tracy, you're on mute.
So I'm gonna have to let you guys go. Yeah, I'm gonna
Thank
go. So
That was wonderful, Divya. Thank you for sharing that story. It's always been a favorite of mine, even when I started teaching back in the 1980s, which is when I first heard the story. So anyhow, from our GMRT global community, I want to thank everybody for being here. And Divya, what a wonderful job you did facilitating us today. I want to thank you as well.
Thank you. Thank you.